Hello, this is Adam at Flash Building. I recently got done making devbooth.com, and a few people have messaged me and asked me if I can show how I made the background. See, behind the page there's kind of like Aurora type lights, or you can call them color bursts, and they're kind of reflecting off of a surface. The same colors are reflecting off of a surface there. And we'll be using Fireworks CS4. If you'd like to learn how to make some cool, airy Aurora color burst type backgrounds. And the best part about it is it's very attractive and it's very lightweight. Mine is, I think, 25 kilobytes for a 1600 wide background that doesn't repeat. It's just a one big solid image, one big solid JPEG that's like 25 kilobytes. It loads super fast, and I'm going to show you how to render it out, so don't worry. Okay, here we are in Fireworks CS4, and first thing I'm going to do is create a new document here. And it's going to be, let's just make it a good 1800 wide, or you can go about 1600. Let's just do 1600, and we're going to pin ours to the left. You'll see what I'm talking about very soon. Let's make this 800. Okay. Now I have canvas is white. I'm going to change it to black. Now you can see I have my scroll bars here so I can see the whole thing. Now my monitor is 1600 wide by 900, I think, high. So it's 1600 wide, 900 high, and I would imagine that most people that buy a monitor from Walmart or Circuit City, Best Buy, or wherever, they're probably going to get one that has similar ratio if they buy one nowadays. So you want to make sure that your background is wide enough to fill up their screen pretty nice, you know what I'm saying? Okay, now the first thing I'm going to do is create some color bursts. And we'll use the pen tool for this. Just grab the pen tool and let's set the color we want. I'm going to start with a nice orange like that. I'm just going to go through here and make little spikes. A little shapey wapey. Actually, the bottom's not very important. There we go. And now I'm going to manipulate a few of these dots. To get a more dramatic effect on the bursts. Okay, that's good. Let's move it a little closer to the top. You can use any kind of shape that you want. Get creative with it. Actually, I'm going to make this one the blue. Control C. Let's highlight it now. Press Control C, Control V. So now we have a copy sitting on top of that one. Let's manipulate the size. Let's make it about that big. And let's change the color to a nice bright green. Now I'm going to take that one, Control C, Control V, resize. And this one I'm going to make it maybe orange or yellow. Maybe yellow. Okay, now I'm going to put some over here. And you can see I'm looking at mine at 66%. That's why I can see pretty much the whole thing in the window there. Let's give that a fill. I'm going to do the same thing and put smaller ones on top of it. Okay, now I'm going to take a black rectangle. You can see I put some extra ones on top there too, using the same method. So I'm going to get a rectangle from the tools menu there, and I'm going to put it all the way across the screen like so. I'm going to make it black. I'm going to make this one group, Control G, highlight these three, Control G, highlight these three, Control G. Now I have three different groups, and now I can move them around after I blur them to get in the exact spot that I want them. Go back down to blur, Gaussian blur, and there it is. Okay. Now let's take this one and move it down a bit, and move it over a bit. Now all we have left to do is create the reflections. Okay, so to create these reflections, it's going to be rather simple. All we have to do is highlight that one, hold shift, highlight the other one over here, and we're going to press Control C to copy and Control V to paste. So now we have more copies on there. Let's press Control G and let's group those. Now with those grouped, we're going to bring them to front. And now I'm going to modify and flatten those selections. Now I can cut them. So what I'm going to do is cut them right there on that edge. So let's go to the marquee tool with them highlighted. And let's just draw the marquee in around that area. Then press Control X. So you have it cut now on the ones that we flattened. Now let's flip them vertical. Now simply drag them down into place. Okay, so there's your reflections. Zoom into 100%. Get it right at the edge. Right about there. Now what you can do is take that and fade it. Bring the alpha down on it so it's at a position of your liking. Now you see on DevBooth I have, it's kind of like dark spots where this one is kind of bright. So you can do that by just drawing in shape. Take the pen tool and you'll make a black type shape. Just make it from, I don't know, maybe here to right about there. Do something like that. Go across. Make it black. Blur it as well. Let's see, where's the blur? Gaussian blur. And let's bring it blur down some. Wherever you need it. Press OK. Then you modify and you flatten that selection because you don't want that black faded part coming up into the nice bright part there. So you use the marquee tool again. And you make sure that's highlighted with the marquee tool in place. Control X. And you'll see that it removed that dark faded blurred out black that was coming over the top there we don't want. And there you have it. That's how I made the background for devbooth.com. Okay, so after you create your reflections, you get your little dark patch on there, you can go to File, Export Wizard, Continue, Continue, and then Exit. And then once you're in this image preview screen, you can select what type of image that you want. And you'll see mine is a JPEG. If you want to bring the quality up a little more, you set it up to maybe 84. It's only 50 kilobytes. That's still super tiny. You probably go all the way up to 88. Look at that. Still only 60 kilobytes for 1800 wide background. That's 800 pixels high as well. And then when you export, it saves it as a JPEG anywhere you want on your computer, and then you can upload it to your website. Now at the bottom, if you want to make sure that it fades to black well, you can go here, rectangle, grab it out, draw a rectangle across the bottom, and make sure you give it a gradient of linear. Make the linear gradient black on both sides, and then make the one opaque on top. And that will assure that you have a fade to black on the bottom. Then you just set your web page background color to black. And if you happen to need to know how to get this on a web page, you can go to Develop PHP in the Learn CSS section. There's create backgrounds for your HTML pages. And this can also work in Flash. You can put Flash with the transparent background. Where is it? You can put Flash with transparent background and have Flash elements above that Aurora style background. So that's how it's done. Hope you have enjoyed this one, and we'll see you next time.